That hurt.
I'm tuned in like crazy, and I'm pretending like I know what they're doing, and I'm,
Articulate and intelligent.
Greg's a bitch. That's all.
I find them offensive as hell.
I've never been a fan.
Yeah, fuck that.
Ooh, terrible! Bad, not bad! Oh, pretty good. Okay, decent, fair, great, I loved it!
This sucks. Yeah, you really gotta wonder how this stuff, gets made.
Welcome to the Straight Red Card. We're back to talk about the shittiest ref you've ever watched.
Well, there goes monetization immediately, right off the cuff.
Well, you're going to play the intros before?
Yeah.
Okay. So
we might get away with it.
I think we'll be okay. Well, fuck it. Who cares? We get automatically every video we put out. These recorded
videos are just to draw up subs at this point. Who cares about the money yet?
Is that what this is?
We need more people hearing our ranting and raving,
We'll see. We'll see if that works out. But we have to entertain, of course, while Brett is gone on vacation. So one of the major topics of this fucking game, in which the United States absolutely obliterated Mexico, and listen, I've never said this before, and made them look like tiny children in a match against grown men who aren't grown men. Most of them are very young. One of the worst aspects of watching this game was watching this moron, who I've never watched before, who was the referee, Brett. I mean, what was he doing? What
was he doing? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was, again, we were texting back and forth throughout the match and stuff like that. And I think some of the earliest texts were literally like, dude, this guy is so bad. He's inconsistent. You were like, he's just inconsistent. He was consistently inconsistent, and not just for the U.S., but for Mexico, too. And that was the beginning of the downfall. And, of course, the goals didn't help, and it was chippy already. There were, things going back and forth, and fans weren't happy. So, all of a sudden, things started getting really chippy.
Yeah. So. Well, this ref actually, I think, in many ways, made it worse.
Yes.
Because he made some clownish, interesting example. Pulisic's going over to give his captain's band to the new captain who just came on. He gets a yellow card for trotting over to give his
You're wasting time, Derek. Come on.
He got a fucking yellow card for that shit. I still can't exactly.
He's so perplexed. He's like, what?
What?
Oh,
he gave you that, that Pulisic face where he looks like he's about to cry, but he's not. That's just how he looks when he's pissed off and when he's annoyed. He looks like,
his face all squinches. He's like, I can't even do it.
Yeah. That's my best impression. So anyhow, that was horrible. Then he would call fouls on the ticky-tackiest things, and then not call like horrendous tackles. And then finally, I guess he gave a red card.
So okay, let's talk about the first red card, because that's the start of
big
all massive bullshits here.
Balaguns.
Balagun came back and he played defense and took the ball, and I don't even remember who it was that tackle. Just didn't even try to go for the ball. Just like completely just took him out of the kneecap.
Oh, I got his name here.
Okay.
His name was Bitch.
I was gonna guess that was gonna be something like that. Yeah, like cocksucker. But anyways, so he gets the red card, and there's a whole kerfuffle going on and everything.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden McKennie comes out and his jersey's ripped, and he's kissing the crest as he goes and gets a new jersey. And then all of a sudden he gets a red card. I'm like,
so we watched the replays, right?
Yeah. So the guy that came over grabbed
his jersey right here like this.
And then
he grabbed him back, same spot.
Yeah. He didn't do the throw, because that's what the announcer was saying. He didn't grab him by the face.
No.
He grabbed him by the top of the jersey.
Just like that. Yeah.
Pulled him up, like, yeah, I'm going to kick your ass.
In fact, he didn't pull as hard as the guy.
Well, no, his jersey ripped. His didn't. So clearly.
Unless there's a fabric difference we don't know about.
Nike sucks.
I mean, but I mean, McKennie's shirt was ripped down to his nipple, and the other guy's shirt turned out just fine. So I don't think McKennie was ripping that guy's shirt off that hard, unless they're still made of cotton, and ours is made of some xylophone, zincetic voodoo shit that Nike uses. You know,
I forgot her name, but the on-field rules chick, can't think of her name right now.
Uncle.
She's the one who said VAR reviewed it. And,
Uncle
is it Uncle?
Yes, she's the daughter of the former referee, something Uncle.
Okay.
He used to ref in MLS for years, and he was fucking sometimes, not always, but sometimes awful. And so they couldn't get him to come on. So they got his daughter to come on, who I guess is also a referee.
The official
I don't
rules.
know. I don't know anything about her, though. So I'm not going to say.
Sort of the rules book.
Yeah.
She said that VAR looked it over and said that, McKennie put his hands on the guy's throat. That's why you got a red card.
But we watched the instant replay. No, he did not. He grabbed the guy by the collar like this.
Big question is, do you think CONCACAF or FIFA will review it and overrule it, and he can play on Sunday?
I would hope so, because
I would make, if I were USSF, I would make a protest against it.
That referee. Okay, first of all, if you're going to have a referee for that game, and I'm not trying to be a sizist, but I think the referee needs to be a larger man. And I think he needs to be physically imposing, because these two teams are going to go after each other. And if you can't impose yourself between the two, and that little dude, he's a little dude, could not. And most of the guys on that field are like 6 foot and no much bigger, right? But he looked like a little dude. And they just ignored that guy. They just did whatever the fuck they wanted. They got in kerfuffles and were like, oh, who are you? Get away from me, little bitch. And just went on to their business. But you got a big motherfucker stepping in there and said, hey, fucking no. Stop this shit right now. You will stop. So I'm not saying that little referees shouldn't be allowed to manage games, to ref games, but I think you have to consider the weight and the circumstance of this particular rivalry. And in that, you have to have a very stern crew, a very veteran crew who understands this is going to get really sketchy and learn how to not make it more sketchy, which is what this bitch did. This little dude, the little dude ref, and he made it worse.
100%. I think a lot of the issue here comes down to the rules in this sense, anyways. When it comes to like these kerfuffles that are occurring, these scuffles, where everybody gets in there and they're pushing, they're shoving. I mean, it's one thing that if you go in there and you're like trying to eye gouge him, or you're trying to choke him out, or headbutt
grab a nut
that's completely different. But when you're just going into a shoving match, your hand happens to go up into somebody's like upper chest, throat area, whatever, and you're trying to push them away.
Grab him by the collar.
I think this is leading into the Dest one too, but I just think.
Well, Dest smashed the dude in the dude's face.
He's like, get the fuck out of here.
He gave him a palm to the fucking jaw.
But I'm just like, sometimes
but,
I feel
but
like
that's on Dest. Dest should not have been provoked. He got out of control there. He should have known.
Yeah.
He
I'm
should have known
how close they looked at the entire scuffle to see how many hands to faces and throats occurred in that thing, or if they just picked out one person here. Like, McKennie clearly got into it. Let's see what he did over here. He kind of get close. So let's give it to him.
Listen, at some point, BJ needs to pull the team aside and say, listen, to whoever, the captain, and say, go make sure everybody understands these little bitches out there that we are fucking whipping and making look like they are total nothing compared to us, making them look like they're Guatemala. Listen, they're going to start striking out and hitting us and doing ridiculous shit.
They're going to foul you. They're going to clip you. They're going to push you from behind. They're going to
when you fall down, Dest, right? You roll around in agony, but you don't get up and retaliate.
Stimulate the shit out of that.
Yeah, you don't get up and retaliate. You go down in a heap of fucking Like you roll around like a fucking ball of meat, a meatball in a goddamn spaghetti bowl.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You do not get up and push some dude in the face because you're going to get the red card. And now we got no Dest. And now we got no McKennie. And I don't even know if McKennie did anything. I still can't figure it out. I guess I'll go watch more footage.
You remember the video that came out last cycle with where he's talking about Pulisic's shithousery, and like he'd be doing something else and he'd get shoved down, he'd go down, then instead of him retaliating, the rest of the team would swarm in, but he'd be the one that's rolling around, or he'd get up and like, what the fuck, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what needed to happen. Dest needed to go down, or at least doesn't have to roll around, but go down, like take the hit, go down. The rest of the team will come in, start the little shoving match, and then the red card will doled out, and you move on. Now you're up a man.
Or you get hit by a fucking plastic bottle from the stands, or whatever.
So this is absolutely one of the things that I probably could look down on in this game, is that we took the bite. They kept giving us this little crumb, like, hey, come over here and do this, and all of a sudden we did it.
Yeah, I think
we went down to their level for a couple of times of the game.
So the red cards were against Dest and McKennie, right?
Yep.
Okay. So the Dest one was basically, Dest should know by now, playing in CONCACAF as long as he has, and playing against Mexico as much as he has, he was just getting fucking ganked. And they were trying to, they were so frustrated. They were so frustrated. They were looking like little fucking pansy tulips in a field of grass. They were ready to foul the hell out of us. Yeah. And at that point, you just got to take the roll, grab the shin, roll around, scream, but you don't get up.
Face,
Yep. You don't get up and smash the dude's face, because then you get a red, and now we got to play Scally in the next game. Well, and there's nothing wrong with that, but
yeah, he's definitely a different back. And given how well Dest played this match, it's a shame he won't be here for next.
Ref, we're going to get into this in the next segment and how they handled the infamous P word. Until the next time on the Straight Red Card, we'll be back with that segment next. That hurt.
I'm tuned in like crazy, and I'm pretending like I know what they're doing, and I'm,
articulate and intelligent.
Greg's a bitch. That's all.
I find them offensive as hell.
I've never been a fan.
Yeah, fuck that.
Ooh, terrible! Bad! Not bad! Oh, pretty good. Okay, decent, fair, great. I love this.
This sucks. Yeah, you really gotta wonder how this stuff gets made.